Yeah, I think George Clooney and olive tree, it's two things that fits perfect together.
Not George
Olive tree,
Clooney
George Clooney.
is an asshole, George Clooney. You know, he always pretends to be a nice guy. He's a
He
monster.
thinks around there.
He's a monster, George.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
Why?
I heard it. When he was a child star on the TV, he liked to eat,
Those pepper chips,
no, not the pepper chips.
the burritos.
No, Nathan's hot dogs
Nathan's hot dogs.
Yes.
Oh my God.
with chili.
Oh my God.
And he used to shoot them out of his ass like a...
Like
arrow.
Jermaine did, yes. This, he was famous for it, isn't
Yeah, that's why he got all the parts.
he? Yes. This is why he was engaged from the Coen brothers.
Yes.
But he wouldn't did it there. He said, no, I don't do it.
Yep.
If you can bring me Nathan's hot dogs, yeah?
And then he went for the operation to the hospital.
To the hospital.
Yes. The same place where Brad went. You know when Brad was a young man?
Yeah.
His shit smelled so bad. He had to get the special operation. And now it smells like Listerine, the shit. Clean.
Yeah.
He can shit in any studio he wants. And it's like it's been freshly cleaned.
But
And that's what George learned from him.
I remember about Brad when he was a young man. You know what he ate?
No.
You know what he ate? He ate only the crowd out of the hot dog thing. Only the crowd. Yeah?
Yes.
Since he was stuffed till his eyes, huh?
Yeah.
And then, you know what happened then? You don't want to know it.
He exploded.
Yes. 3 times. They had to sew him together.
He had to scrape him off the ceiling.
Yes. I
I
think
heard that story.
this whole Hollywood thing is so dirty. They're eating so much shit.
Yes.
And
You know this hill where on top of the hill it says Hollywood Hills?
yes,
You know what that is?
yes,
That's a big toilet.
yes. This is behind
The biggest toilet in the world.
Yes.
There's piles of shit, toilet paper, Tampax,
Yes,
masks, all things that you don't want to see. Pink toilet paper everywhere. From 50 years of film stars shitting on the hill. You know, Frankie always played in this bar in Aregno.
Aregno.
Yes.
Ah.
He used to sing all the songs there. And all the girls would be dancing like crazy here.
Ba 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 da da. Ba,
No.
No.
That was before this one. This was the time when he was doing songs for swinging lovers.
The rock and roll things.
No, the swinging things. Another day, another tune, another sunny honeymoon.
Not the
That's
ba
what you
ba
get,
ba da da.
No, that was in his Las Vegas time later when he was broken, when he was sick.
And the other songs were good.
Yes,
I don't remember.
yes. They were all written by a man who lives in a little village on this mountainside there. And Frank stole every song off him. He gave him 25 dinari for the song. I
Yeah,
remember.
this was number 19 we played for.
Yes. Twen- 25 lira
What happens there?
and a bottle of wine and some fishes, the little fishes. And Frank got really sick from the fish and he was shitting all everywhere. It was going, I did it my way, and there was shit everywhere from the fishes. I said, Frank, you dirty fucking motherfucker, look what you've done to my ship. And Frank said, I'm sorry, I'm cleaning up.
Yes.
That's why Dino came to help clean. Tony Benito.
They got the supermarket now.
Yes, he came on the boat. Frank, the whole boat was covered in Frank's shit. And then Tony Benito came on the boat and he was sick on the floor. I said, Benito, clean the fucking sick off my boat. And look at mixing up with Frank's shit. And Sammy was quiet in the corner fixing the motor. I said, Sammy, can you believe this?
And he says, no, I'm only fixing the motor. Like you always did. You always fixed the motor.
But when he fixed the motor, he did a nice tap dance afterwards.
Yes.
Always did a good dance. I'll never forgive Frank for that. It was a new boat.
You sold it after that.
He did. And he never got the smell off his boat, ever. You know how Frank likes to eat those little fishes and
Yeah,
the
but
roast
he can't-
beef and all these things and the knoblauch.
Carlito.
That was the time when Frank came with Ava Gardner.
They've been a pair.
What?
They've been a pair, couple.
Yes.
Ava-
She used to eat octopus, and her shit was like ink everywhere. And Frank liked to clean that up. That's the kind of guy Frank was. Sometimes he'd like to demean himself. I don't know why.
Ba, 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 da, ba, ba, da, ba, 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 da.
You know, Frank was never allowed to come back to Italy.
No.
No,
Why?
no, he wasn't.
What had he done to it?
He wanted to go and see the Paps, yeah,
Yes.
in the Vatican City. And Ava Gardner came with him too. And you know, Frank, he went and had a Cipollina pizza in Roma. And Frank had the shits like... and he sprayed it all over the Vatican.
And so Papa said no.
And the Paps, he was really angry. He got the Swiss guards to clean it up. All the Swiss guards were cleaning up Frank's shit for about 2 weeks. And they don't get paid, these guys. That was another thing with Frank. He used to eat chips all the time, yeah? Chili chips. And he got the wind. And Frank's farts were so loud. Was
Louder than
stronger
this.
this wind.
Yes.
And it was in Lago Maggiore. And he was farting so strong. Tsunami came all the way down and washed away Gina. You know Gina?
Gina.
Yes. Gina was sailing across the waves all the way down to Bemaggio.
No.
Yes. They had to take Frank back to New York in a diplomatic pouch.
Because the Italians wanted to have him out.
Yes. They had to call President Kennedy special. And he sent his personal plane, his water boat. And it flew down, picked up Frank. But the worst story I ever heard. Frank went to Acapulco with Hemingway. And he was eating burritos. And Frank's ass exploded. And he shot all the way to California from Acapulco. And you know what? That was the first time a rocket went into space from America. That was from Frank's ass. I know. You don't believe me, it's true. Frank always said, I need to go to Acapulco.
To eat this burrito again.
Huh?
To eat this burrito again.
Yes, with the girl from Ipanema. She was even worse than Frank.
And afterwards they called it NASA.
Yes. They could call it NASA, they call it whatever they want, but I know what it was. There was an earthquake in New York City afterwards.
You remember them both singing this dancing cheek to cheek, the saying stupid like I love you. You remember this?
Yes.
Nancy and
Yes.
Frank.
On the Johnny Carson show.
Yes.
1972.
Yeah. And Johnny said, hey, you both, I want that everything goes clean and they said, well, no problem, we didn't eat anything. And 10 minutes before the show, Nancy ate a burrito chip, burrito pasta or something, and Frankie ate this little sardines he always had to eat. Yeah, you know what happened?
He's an animal. What happened?
Yes, they had to do the whole thing again. Because the studio was wasted. They had to. You know them both dancing.
Everything full of shit
It suddenly made like a noise, like a atomic bomb or something.
Like a hot balloon
Yes,
bursting.
yes. Like Zeppelin.
I know. I heard this story. Johnny Carson told me. He said they just cleaned the studio from Marlon Brando was there.
Yes.
And he likes to eat too.
Yeah.
And he wasn't shitting, but he was sick everywhere. He had this bulimia.
Yeah.
Give him what to eat. And the whole place was covered in Marlon's sick. And they only just cleaned that. And then Frankie and Nancy come and shit everywhere. Johnny was crying. He was crying. He lost his job for that.
Yeah.
And ever since then, he always had a nervous thing on his face,
Yeah.
moving.
He. And if you say something about sardines or burritos or chili chips,
Yes.
you got always this blamed face.
And every time something stupid came on the radio,
Yeah.
he would shit his trousers.
Yes.
Just from it, just remembering this. It's sympathy. Had to go for an operation.
Yeah.
At the Betty Ford Clinic. And you know who's in the Betty Ford Clinic in this time?
I know.
John Wayne.
You know, you know the story about John Wayne and me?
No.
I went into a toilet. It was how they call studios, Mainfield Studios or something. I went to the toilet. There stood a guy beside me.
Yeah, John Wayne.
He looked like John Wayne,
Yeah.
peeing there.
Did he have a
Yes, sir.
big wanger?
I didn't see, because I asked him, are you John Wayne? And he said, yes, why are you asking? And my whole trousers were like,
Wet.
Yeah, wet. He peed like a horse. I think he drank more beer than the film was long.
I heard a story on the film set of Big Hat. John Wayne liked to eat about 10 or 15 Big Macs. And he used to shoot out of his ass afterwards like cannonballs. And the guy who was clicking the thing, he got killed. One hit him on the head there. He got brain damage. He never worked again. They gave him a job painting the scenes on the Paint Your Wagon, 1972, 73.
But nobody took John to the Verantwortung.
No.
Nobody.
John John had paid all the judges. He knew he had a problem with the Big Macs. And he knew one day it'd be a big problem for himself.
Yes, he had this leather trellis open in the
Yes.
back. Yes. Boom. Boom.
And John Wayne did not have one hair on his head. He was totally bald.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Well, he used to wear a fig all the time.
No.
Yes.
This is why I got always this correct title.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why you wear the hat. Stop it blowing away.
This is why I fixed all of the hat here.
Yes.
I was on a set of High Chaparral. You remember High Chaparral?
Buck was my favorite player.
Book.
Buck from High Chaparral.
Manolito.
Buck, Victoria, Big John. Ah, yes.
Ah, I love Big John.
Big John was John Wayne's father.
Yes. That's what I always thought, but nobody believed me.
And I always used to think Big John was such a big boy and Victoria was so small when they're in the chaparral and he's doing the humpy pumpy. It must have been hell for Victoria.
Yes.
With Buck and Manolito looking through the window all the time.
Only Manolito. Buck wasn't interested.
Manolito at Victoria.
And that's not.
You know when Big John was at the market, Manolito was on top. And what was Blue Eyes? What was his name? Blue Eyes.
Stuart.
The boy.
The boy.
The boy of Big John and Victoria.
Ah, yeah. Blue Eyes. Yeah.
He was gay.
And he was the son of Manolito.
Yes. No, Buck. He was the son of Buck.
Ah, the son of Book.
Yes.
Okay.
And this Blue Eyes, I can't remember what his name was. But I know that all the guys on the film said, yeah, he was in the evening, he was coming up and he was making
Playing the trumpet
playing the trumpet for everyone.
But,
yes. It
For
was,
Manolito, the Spanish one.
yes. He was like a beautiful blue-eyed boy, but he was a monster in disguise.
Yes.
Even Buck always looked dirty, but Buck was okay. Buck stayed with the horses usually.